Well, I tried to dig up a little history on this particular mower, and I've had this thing a while. So this is it, and this is June of 2012, and I've actually had it prior to that. I remember buying it at a pawn shop. Don't know what I gave for it. Wasn't much, but yeah, I decided that was my first restore on it. And if you notice, I still have the backwards cover. It's been repainted a couple times. The last time I used this was probably 3 years ago. Yeah, and then I worked on it some. I had to replace some stuff on it. But when I put it back together, I actually put the engine on backwards. So yeah, the throttle and stuff's supposed to be over here. So you may ask, after 3 years I've not had to use it, why dig it out now? Well, I'm helping a neighbor out, and I need it to go inside his garden area and also the dog pen over there. I was able to weed eat around the fence, but I don't want to take a ride mower up on those. So yeah, I'm gonna fix it up and get it running to do the raised up areas there. So I've already drained what gas and oil was in here, and yeah, the gas was pretty yellow. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to clean the carb out and stuff. Check the spark plug. Do have to sharpen the blade. Of course, I got to unbolt the engine and spin it back around and see if I can find better throttle cable and kill switch for it, and basically just get it running again. So yeah, let me work on this thing. Next project up on my nice clean bench, which probably won't be clean after this again. Got my little operating kit out. I'm not pulling the head, so yeah, I don't need the big wrenches. What? 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 You gotta have the last word, don't you? A little bit of progress. Air filter looks pretty good. I think I remember replacing that about 3 years ago. Do have a little bit of crud under here. I got the fuel tank removed, which is fairly easy on these. Basically, you just unhook the governor bolt here, a bolt with the spacer there, and it just comes right off. Yeah, I want to pull it because I'm pretty sure that thing's going to need cleaned out. But other than that, yeah, I think we're going to go underneath now and unbolt the engine and the blade. Well, it's kind of coming back to me now. I remembered trying to do an engine swap on that that weed whacker. Yeah, the one I finally got. Yeah, I got to clean this up under here, but yeah, I remember having to cut a key or something on that. But it's sort of a good thing, because when I took the blade off, not only did I put the engine on backwards, I put the blade on upside down. And I don't think I've ever mowed with it. And that blade still has a really good edge on it. So yeah, I got to make sure I put that on right side up. But yeah, that reminded me of trying to do an engine swap with this. Well, I didn't make that much of a mess yet. So yeah, I could have got the gas pressure washer out, but this one's just easy, and I'm going to do the block. I don't know, I may repaint the top of the motor, and yeah, that definitely needs top and bottom cleaned. So yeah, let me get at this. All right, well, that cleaned up pretty well. Yeah, there was still some paint left under the dirt, and I guess back in the day I wasn't too keen on masking decals. I was able to blast most of the paint off them, and then yeah, there's still some paint under there too. So I'm gonna let these set and dry, and then maybe work on that carb a little bit. Well, I got the carburetor cleaned up. I was able to remove the diaphragm gasket so I can get down in these passages, and got down in there. Could not get this gasket off, so I just left it. But other than that, I think it cleaned up pretty good. This is actually the fuel filter. Fits over that right there. The fuel actually gets picked up here, and this is sort of a drain back to the tank. So this is actually where the fuel comes in at. So onto the fuel tank. Yeah, I got to clean it up, but if you look down in there, look at all that crud. That's where that filter sits. That's where the fuel pickup is. So yeah, I got to get rid of the rest of the gas that's in there. It's awful yellow. And then clean this up. All right, well, I got things cleaned up as well as they're going to get cleaned up. So yeah, the challenge, I see I got a little bit, I want to wipe that off there, but so I've got the gasket orientated the same way the carb is because it came off here. But I'm thinking of just flipping it over and putting on here. That way I can set the carb back down on it. Yeah, there's a little spring right there that is going to push. So yeah, I'm going to clean that up and then just going to put this back together the way I took it apart. All right, well, that was pretty simple. Got it back together. I did take some contact cleaner and clean the coil off. Yeah, I removed that before I pressure washed because I didn't want this to get, soaked in water. So I guess it's time to start bringing some parts back in. I really don't have a whole lot that needs to go back on it. So yeah, let me get the big pieces in here. So yeah, I took it back and drained what was left of the oil in it just to make sure no water got in it. I did have these sealed. And then we got the dipstick here, which says full, do not overfill. And on the other side, thread in to check. So yeah, you don't find that on too many dipsticks anymore. So what I'm going to do now is this guy feels a little, this I don't know why it does it, but this will scream like a banshee. So I'm going to pull this off and just clean the, it's got balls in here that lock it. It works fine, but yeah, while I'm here, I'm going to clean it up. And there is a little oil hole on top, and I think there used to be some felt for that, but it's long gone. So we're just going to clean that up now.